Hello, friends. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well on this lovely January 24th, 2022. My name is Chelsea Colley. Just a second. Let me get this fixed here. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty, so I just wanted to do another live and share a little bit more. I'm hearing, I don't have my, hopefully, I just turned my microphone on. So I'm hearing some things about, how Russia's been on the border of Ukraine and threatening to go invade Ukraine. And they were saying the US was considering evacuating the US embassy there. And then as of a few hours ago, they said the US orders families and diplomats to leave and to come back, on the soonest flight they can get home. So they're recommending any Americans in Ukraine to come back to America, and they're emptying out the embassy. And usually when they leave an embassy, they don't want to leave any evidence if it can be taken over. So they're shredding or burning or whatever they do with all the documentation. They're probably shredding all of it right now or burning it, anything that's left there at the embassy, because it looks like they're leaving. And this is Blazing Press, just did a little video a couple hours ago.
All right, it's Robert here, Blazing Press. Just want to do an update on what's happening in the Ukraine. Well, Biden, I guess, has now pretty much committed 5,000 troops to the Ukraine, as well as we were watching what's happening in Abu Dhabi Abu Dhabi, I think it was. There was some attack there, as well as some explosion in Iran, which they say also was an attack. So what's happening, as we told you, would begin to happen in the Middle East as well, seems to be coordinated. At the same time, we're having major unrest within the trucking industry, which is ultimately our.
Okay, so yes, just released a few hours ago. They're ordering everyone, all the families, to come home. And there was another thing mentioned, and it was someone from China. I thought I had this ready here. Just bear with me just one moment, please. I'll just go back to the video. Yeah, so apparently they're already making threats in China too. Here it is.
Wanted to stay out of this. This is
and this guy, Off-Grid Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian, did this World War III update. Unless something changes, this is what's going to happen. Don't let it scare you, because it's really scary. He goes through this war simulation that they do, and if this goes through, of course, it would be very, very, very bad, and we would be involved in a nuclear war situation. So let's hope that's not the case. But I will share this.
January the.
Is this where he shares about the?
This is coming from Depka file. This is Sunday, January the 23rd, 2022. And I want to welcome everyone tonight to our chat. If this is your first time here.
Here, actually, this is the one right here.
This is January the 22nd, 2022. I want to welcome everyone to our chat this morning. I hope everyone is doing okay. We have a lot of new information coming in just in the last 12 hours. Things around the world are changing very, very quickly. So before we get going, please hit the subscribe button, notification bell. It does help with the analytics. That let me see if I can find the article here. That China could get involved in this upcoming war, and Hal Turner is breaking this news article. But before everyone starts squealing and saying that Hal Turner is fake news and you can't trust Hal Turner and he's a convicted felon, well, folks, we have 675,000. Hal Turner breaks a lot of, but most of the time, 99% of the time, Hal Turner is right immediately. Two nukes in China would also attack the airports where U.S. airplanes, Colonel right here, who made the statement live on TV. And this is the translation. China would also attack the airports where U.S. airplanes are taking off, destroy American aircraft carriers for sure, and then upgrade conflict to a nuclear war. A senior colonel within the Chinese People's Liberation Army went on state-owned TV, the CCTV television last night, and warned that if the U.S. comes to the aid of Taiwan in any conflict, U.S. aircraft carriers would be sunk in the South China Sea, and China would go immediately to full-scale nuclear war. Senior Colonel Fang Bin then openly asked if the U.S. wants to reformat the Earth through a nuclear war. So this information was...
Okay, so, you know, these idiots are throwing threats, and I was going to share Biden's comments, but I don't really care. You know, Biden is whatever he is. But I'm just wondering if this is it. Like, is this the thing that we've been preparing for? You know, according to 107, he says that there has to be a financial collapse and there has to be a big threat. What is it? What did he call it? Some kind of big threat, whether that was like a nuclear threat or he said he called it an event. There has to be an event. And this event is some sort of war-like situation, or, you know, potentially something like, you know, the dam in China breaking or something like that. So maybe this could be it. Maybe this will be the stock market crash and the event, because if you've seen what stocks have done, it's been really bad. I can actually pull it up. So let's just look and see. So this is it in the last 3 months. This is the Dow Jones. You know, it recuperated a little bit and then it just plummeted. And this was, so that's what's gone on in the last month. And it didn't just plummet like 500 points. It's like down like thousands. So is it going to just keep going down and it's going to be the stock market collapse? I know that crypto is doing really bad. I had like 10,000 in there and now it's like 8,500. So it's going down, and I guess I'm just going to let the money ride because whatever, I've already made a little bit, but I'm just going to let it ride because it's so low right now. If I sell it right now, it's going to be just stupid. Like, hopefully it will recover. But, you know, a lot of people are saying crypto is going away. I kind of feel like Bitcoin is here to stay. But that's not what a lot of experts are saying. But, you know, when they stop doing the mining for Bitcoin in several different places, and the price is going down, to me, that's not a negative, because if they're stopping doing the mining, it's going to make the Bitcoin that we currently have worth more. It's just supply and demand. So if the supply is going down, the demand is going to go up. And just because they could be manipulating it, or it could be, you know, people looking at the situation wrong and panicking and selling just because the price is down right now, doesn't mean that it's not going to go up again. And I do know that, the quantum financial system and quantum, like they use a lot of blockchain technology. So if they're going to be using a lot of blockchain technology, I would think they would be keeping Bitcoin, but I could totally be wrong. So yeah, and then we've got the food shortages with the truckers on strike, which I totally agree with, and I think we can just sit tight and we can eat stuff in our pantry, and I'm totally fine with that. I think there's no reason that a trucker should have to get a thing. They're sitting in their car alone. How does that make sense? It doesn't even make any sense. They don't even require the members of Congress to do that. But they want our truckers who sit alone for like 8 hours at a time. And then they socially distance when they go in a gas station. Like, really, are they such a threat? So we really need to start respecting the people. Like, we need to respect people like you and me who actually do real work. And, that truckers, that's like, someone said, look around your house, everything in your house came on a truck, like one way or the other, everything was shipped in on trucks. So, so is this it? Is this where it's going to get heated up? I don't know. It seems maybe like it is because, we know the National Guard is in place. We know it's active in all 50 states, and it has been for several days now. I don't know. It's like I expected something big to happen January 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, 22nd, like in there. And, maybe stuff is happening. It's just we don't see it. And I don't want to keep making this mistake where I like psych myself up and something's going to happen and then it's not. But it seems the way that they're progressing this, they're already sending troops to Ukraine. Yeah, Taiwan too, but we're not worried about that. But they did say that China threatened to like sink our aircraft carriers or whatever in the South China Sea and start a war if we go to defend Ukraine. I don't even know what it has to do with China. Like, why don't they get their China business out of it? Like, I don't even know why we're involved because Ukraine used to belong to Russia in the first place. So, NATO is why we're involved. And it just seems like they're setting up the shit show. It seems like they're setting up, everyone's getting in line for their shit show, and they get to play this big psyop for the American people so that we can wake the F up. So I'm just ready to get this show on the road. I hope we see some action soon. Remember, there's still a lot that you can do. The most important thing that you can do, in my opinion, is just to go to your local school board meetings and just sign up to speak. Just look it up in your county. There's going to be several different school districts in your county, and you can go to every single meeting that's in your county, even if it's in a different town. So a lot of times there'll be 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 different school districts. And you can just look and see where the meetings are and just go and sign up to speak. And they usually give you 2 minutes, like 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how many people are there to speak. And then have someone film you and put that on your social media. And let's just fill this up. I mean, there's literally no reason to have any restrictions on children anymore when they'll let, millions of people get together at a football game, but they won't let a mom go have lunch with her kid at school. And it's like, yeah, they can have a Dallas Cowboys game with, well, not a million, but 100,000 people in a stadium, but I can't go watch my kid's spelling bee. It's just ridiculous how they're punishing the little people, and it's so obvious. So we see what you're doing. We're not stupid. We have been stupid for a long time, and we have been fooled, and we have been brainwashed, and we have been made to believe certain things that aren't true. We're not stupid anymore, and we're not going to do this anymore, and we are done. And I don't know if you saw anything from Washington, D.C. Probably you didn't, because probably it's all censored and none of it's going to be on TV. But they're rising up all over the world, and I'm so excited that they really rose up really well in Washington, D.C. today. They had a protest the mandates march in DC, and it was a really great turnout. So I'll just let you see a little bit of the crowd. History.
That's just my perspective.
This is We Are Change, and he seems to be a pretty good independent reporter, independent journalist.
The shining city on the hill. Amalur. When I was very young, a brilliant man asked question. I did during this video, as we're going to be showing you the thousands of people who have come out here and said enough is enough of the mandates, of the lockdowns, of the restrictions.
Picture of the crowd back there.
So much for your time and attention.
It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And, JP Sears was involved in that. He was the MC of the event. Del Bigtree was another guy that, one of the big guys that's there. He has the High Wire, which is a really awesome network with really good news and information. I think it's thehighwire.com. You go to thehighwire.com. Actually, our Freedom Group was featured on there. Certain members of our Freedom Group. So Del Bigtree is doing a lot of good work. And there were several other people there. I think that was Dr. Zelenko talking. I know Dr. Zelenko was there. I'm not sure if that was him, but yeah, they were heading that up. So it was really good to see people rise up in Washington, DC, and to see crowds of Americans get together because they're doing it all over the world. And here we are. They're really chomping down. They're really tightening the belt. They're really trying to get us here in America, and we're supposed to be the free state. And all of a sudden, UK has no more restrictions, and Ireland has no more restrictions. And I think there was a couple others too. I think France joined in. So now all they have to do is figure out how are they going to get the businesses to stop, because a lot of these businesses are like, oh, that has nothing to do with us. This is a personal, job requirement that you get this, blah, blah, blah. So it's good to see Americans rising up and just, keep the faith, hold the line. And I guess we'll see what happens this week. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what kind of content you want to see. And don't forget to connect with me at chelseacollie360.com. And if you want to get your bucket list blueprint, which is really awesome, it's going to help you get your bucket list done. And it gives you a little package where you're going to get a little instructional video, and you're going to get an audio visualization where I will walk you through meeting your future self. And then you'll have your PDF printed and you can just fill out your bucket list. So that will just give you a little bit of support in getting that done. And just remember to start dreaming again, because we have a bold, bright, new future on the other side of the storm. So if you do want to grab your bucket list, text bucket list to 26786. That's bucket list, all caps, no spaces, to 26786.